testified about your on-again, off-again relationship with the co-defendant, in this case, Isaiah Chance. Is that correct?
Yes.
In fact, you told this jury about some instances where you had been hit by him. Is that correct?
Yes.
You've dated Isaiah Chance for over 4 years. Isn't that true?
Not over 4 years.
How long?
It's about just 4 years.
Just about 4 years, okay. And it's been on again, off again, is that correct?
Yes.
And during that time period, you have dated other young boys, is that correct?
Maybe.
Does Kamari Outing sound familiar?
Yes.
He's a boy that you had dated, and you still were talking to him, in fact, up until the time of the crime, June of 2024. Is that correct?
We never dated, but yeah, I was talking to him.
Okay. And in fact, at some point, Isaiah Chance got upset and made phone calls to him, right?
Yes.
And you had conversations on your phone with Mr. Kamari Outing where you two discussed that. Isn't that true?
I believe so.
And they were still on your phone. They were backed up. They were saved on your phone, and they were on your phone on June 23rd of 2024. You never deleted these messages that you had with Kamari Outing. Isn't that correct?
I mean, I have to see the message. I don't know. What is that message?
Ms. Andrews, you recognize these messages from your phone?
Yes.
And Kamari Outing, he was a member of 1200. Isn't that correct?
No.
No? I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 75C12. That's a photo of you with Kamari Outing that was still on your phone. Isn't that true, ma'am?
That's not Kamari.
That's not Kamari?
That's my cousin.
Okay, what's your cousin's name?
Marcus.
Marcus, okay. And in this messaging with Kamari, he's upset because Isaiah Chance has called him and basically told him that you're with him and that you're pregnant, and you're still trying to get Kamari Outing to talk to you, right?
Objection, hearsay, and relevance. Have a roll.
Isn't that true, ma'am?
Yeah, that's my best friend.
Okay. And he doesn't want to because of Isaiah Chance, correct? In fact, you're the one that keeps on insisting that he not block you and that you and him continue to talk. Is that correct?
Yeah, but the message behind that, that's my best friend. And Isaiah called him and was just going on and on about, he didn't want him to, he was giving him a reason to not text me back, to not talk to me. That's what that was about.
And so despite the fact that Isaiah Chance doesn't want you to have anything to do with him, you're fine with disobeying what Isaiah Chance wants because this is your best friend, right?
Yeah, and at the time I sent that, I was at home in my bed. I was not with Isaiah.
But all of these messages are still saved and on your iPhone, right?
I mean, I guess so.
They were, not you guessed. They're on your iPhone, right?
They're on my iCloud.
Yes. And so your iCloud backs up your iPhone, ma'am. Isn't that true?
I'm not sure how that works, but I think so. Okay.
You don't recognize these messages? Something that you typed and you received on your little pink iPhone?
I believe so.
Okay. And your phone is also password protected, right?
Yes.
Because certainly when Isaiah Chance is using your phone that night on June 23rd of 2024, at some point when you're walking in that parking lot, your phone locks up, right?
Yes.
And you have to enter in your password.
Yes.
And so that's what happens with an iPhone. After your iPhone is not being activated over a lengthy period of time, a couple of minutes, 5 minutes, it does what?
It locks.
And so what do you have to do every time that happens?
Unlock it.
And obviously Isaiah Chance didn't know your password because you're standing there right next to him, and what does he have to do?
He asked for the password that first time, but he's looking at me.
And I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 34. You know who this is, right? Charles Jones.
Yes.
You have known who he was since 2021 when you were at Rains High School, right?
I knew of him, yes.
You were well aware of him, right? This is something that you discussed a lot with your friend.
I only discussed him maybe 2 times.
Okay. At the time when you were doing that, did you date somebody by the nickname K Shorty?
We weren't dating.
You didn't date him either, right?
No.
You weren't upset talking about and Julio Charles Jones recruiting all these young men that were getting shot up in this gang war?
I wouldn't say upset. I was just gossiping.
And you said Isaiah Chance, you did not know he was in a gang. Is that correct?
I mean, I heard people say it, but when I asked him, he says he's not.
You also were aware of what happened at the town center. Is that correct?
Yes, it was on the news.
Tell us what happened at the town center.
Some people died in a car leaving Wasabi.
Okay. Young and Ace, correct?
He didn't die, but he got shot.
Young and Ace's group, is that correct? They were in that car.
His cousin and brother, I believe.
And he was the only one that survived, correct?
Yes.
His brother was killed.
I think that was his brother, yeah.
Person named 23, Royal Smith, was
yeah.
killed.
Yes, ma'am.
And Isaiah Chance, he was upset about that, wasn't he?
I mean, I don't know if he's upset, but he would say, like, he's heard about it sometimes.
That is something, a moment that he has shared with you intimately about what happened at the town center. Isn't that true, ma'am?
I mean, I already knew what happened, but he's explaining to me like he don't like to go out there.
Correct, because 23 died at the town center.
Yeah, he believes there's violence out there. He don't want to go out there.
And he was upset about it, right?
I mean, I guess so.
You had a conversation. You don't remember the conversation you had with him on your phone where you wanted to go do something at the town center?
Yeah, I believe I showed him a restaurant I wanted to go to.
That's you here, right? You want to go one day, question mark?
I think, is that him?
Oh, that's him, you're right.
That's him.
That's one of his old phone numbers.
Yes, that's his old number.
And he's like, you want to go one day? And you said, yeah, it's in the town center.
Yes.
And then what was your response?
I sent him a TikTok. I was responding to the TikTok saying, laugh my ass off, bro.
And then what was his response?
He said, I hate it here. I hate it there.
Why would he hate it there?
I guess he's traumatized about it. Somebody he know died out there. He don't want to go out there.
And his next response to you?
He says, I don't like the town center.
And then what did you say?
I said, you hate everywhere. We don't got to sit in.
And then what did he respond to you?
He's telling me 23 got killed in the town center. That's why I don't like it out there.
And then what was his next
He said, I
response?
don't like thinking about it for real. So when I do switch moves, like a
And what was your response to this texting conversation?
I said, well, we don't have to go there if it's gonna bother you. I forgot about it. It's some other places we both ain't tried yet.
So this is a conversation that you have had more than once with Isaiah Chance. Isn't that true?
I think that's is it the one time?
You said
I
you
don't
forgot
know.
about it, right?
No, I'm saying I forgot that it happened in the town center because I've seen it on the news.
You knew who 23 was, right?
So he referred to 23. Yes, I knew of the person.
Knew that 23 is associated with Young and Ace. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes, I knew that.
He has confided in you about more than one death that occurred in this gang war. Isn't that true, ma'am?
I don't know of more than one. Which one you referring to?
You know, Antonio Tilley died between October 6th and October 7th of 2023.
Yes, he told me his friend died.
He was traumatized by that, correct?
I mean, I wasn't around him to know if he's traumatized, but he said he was sad, yeah.
Didn't you have a texting conversation with him October 7th of 2023 when he said that he was traumatized and that he was mentally not well, not right in the head?
I think I remember that conversation. I asked if he wanted me to be around him for, just
space,
more
right?
support. Yeah, but he didn't want me to come.
And you remember that conversation. He didn't want you around because he was not in the right headspace the day after his friend Tilly died, correct?
Yeah, I remember. I mean, who would be in the right headspace after their friend died?
And so much so that you agreed not to go see him, right?
Yeah, if he don't want me there, I'm not going to go.
And you were worried about him, right?
Yeah, but I know if he doesn't want me there, I'm not going to just go.
Coming up next, we're going to have more testimony from the defendant, Alicia Andrews. Will she keep her calm? Plus, Diddy's new dig, Sean Diddy Combs, woke up in a new prison cell this morning. We will tell you where he will serve the rest of his sentence for prostitution-related crimes. Stay with us. That's next.
I ended up asking him if he loved me. He said, I don't know. I said, do you love her? He said, I don't know.
That set you off?
Someone was stabbed?
Yes, she's on the floor.
I didn't have the intent to kill Sarah. I really just wanted to scare them.
It looks more like fury than fear. Did you kill Sarah to possess what she had with Josh?
Interview with a Killer. New episode Saturday night at 8 Eastern and Pacific. Only on Court TV.
Welcome back to Court TV Live. Now let's turn back to the murder of Julio Fulio trial in just a moment. But first, we want to bring you an update on Sean Diddy Combs. The music mogul woke up at his new home for the next 2 years, New Jersey's Fort Dix prison. Prison records show he arrived there yesterday. It is a low-security prison, and Combs's attorneys had requested that he serve the remainder of his 50-month sentence in this prison. A jury convicted Combs on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution in July, but they did acquit him of more serious charges of sex trafficking and racketeering. Combs was given credit for time served and is expected to be released from prison in May of 2028. Of course, we will bring you more developments on that case as we get them. Now, though, back to Florida for day 8 in the murder of Julio Fulio trial for Alicia Andrews. Prosecutors say that Andrews helped her boyfriend, Isaiah Chance, and 4 others track down and kill the rapper, whose real name is Charles Jones. Investigators say the shooting stemmed from an ongoing gang war. Andrews is the very first of 5 co-defendants to be tried for the death of Jones. Let's go back in now for more of the defendant's testimony. She's still on cross-examination by the state.
Are you aware that Charles Jones, his life, there was an attempt on his life that occurred on October 7th of 2023, the day after his good friend Tilly was killed?
I've heard about it.
You heard about it from Charles Jones, right?
Yeah, I believe he went live or something.
Yeah, and in fact, not only did you hear about it from Charles Jones, you had conversations on your phone about it, and you assured him you would delete it, right?
Delete what?
Delete. I'm sorry. You had conversations with your boyfriend, Isaiah Chance, about it, and you deleted the conversations, didn't you?
About what?
About what he had done.
He never told me he did anything. I don't remember.
Well, then let me ask you, with looking at your messages with him on October 7th of 2023, refresh your recollection? You see that conversation?
Yes, ma'am.
And you've been in this trial, correct?
Yes.
You heard that the shell casings that was taken off of your boyfriend's best friend's Toyota 4Runner, that the ballistics matched the casings that were used to shoot at Julio Fulio Charles Jones on October of 2023, right?
Yes.
It's been tied to that ballistically, right?
Yeah, I've heard it.
And it occurred the day after Tilly was killed.
Yes.
And he was torn up, and you guys had conversations about it. You and your boyfriend, Isaiah Chance, had conversations about that. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Yeah, he's telling me he's not himself right now. He needs space. He never told me he did anything.
Then what is it that you're referring to after he tells you to stay loyal, right? He tells you that. He texts that to you after that, after he said he needed some time on October 8th, now that we're talking, the
Yes.
day after Charles Jones, where they tried to take his life, right?
I mean,
He says to you, don't go run off normally, what you normally do, be loyal, stay loyal. That's what he said to you, right?
yes, and you're misinterpreting what he's saying. When he says stay loyal, he means don't go cheat. Because, I mean, I talk to who I want to talk to at times. When he's not paying me no attention, I feel like you ignore me, you're doing what you want to do, I'm going to go talk to other people. So that's why he's telling me stay loyal, don't do what you normally do.
So when he's devastated because his friend died, and then he and his friend tried to kill their rival, what he's worried about is you staying loyal to him?
I mean, I guess so.
Okay. And so what are you referring to when you say in direct response to that, you're saying, it's fine, you're all right now, it's somebody close to you, not a random person, so I mean it's normal to feel how you feel. I'm not bae, we're straight, we're just together, we're good. I deleted what you said, and I'm not texting nobody, even if you don't want to talk about it at the moment. So what exactly are you referring to that you deleted?
He told me to delete a message with somebody's texting me. It was a different guy.
So again, he's worried about you cheating. He didn't make any sort of confessions and confide in you as to what happened on October 7th?
No, he didn't.
Overruled.
And so when you are with law enforcement and they are interviewing you and they bring up Charles Jones, Julio Fulio, and they specifically talk about this beef, you lie to them and act like you don't know nothing about that, right?
Yeah, he asked me if I had knowledge, like if I knew exactly who did what. Like, no, I don't have no direct knowledge. I know what's on the internet, but I didn't assume that's what he was asking me, so I said no.
You know nothing about Julio the big rapper, right?
I said I know what's on the internet. I don't know personally if it's true, who did what.
You know more than what is on the internet. Isn't that true, miss?
No, I actually don't.
Still with us, trial attorney Marlo Greer. I have to smile, Marlo, because she is actually holding her own and staying calm. You know more that's on the internet. Actually, no, I don't. But talk about the demeanor of the prosecutor doing the cross-examining, because I don't think she's gaining any ground.
I agree. I don't think she's getting any ground, and you really need to pivot when you're doing cross-examination like this. You have to make sure that you are not getting a decibel, so to speak, that the witness isn't, and you have to do things in such a way that the jury's not going to see this huge dynamic difference. And it's interesting to me, one, she's trying to use trying to say that she's promiscuous, and on one hand, and using that to say that she was not being controlled, and on the other hand to say, oh, that's not what he's talking about here. And so I really just don't think she's getting where she needs to go.
Yeah, it does seem like she's struggling to get the responses that she wants. If you were doing the cross-examination of a very soft-spoken defendant who says that she was just hungry, she was pregnant, she wanted to get food, Isaiah, her boyfriend, was saying they were going to get food, how would you cross-examine her? What would you try to bring out as a reasonable doubt piece or destroying her credibility in front of the jury?
I did think that it was interesting that she used the text messages about that she did not delete those with her best friend. And I felt that that was important, but it took her so long to get to that point that I was sitting there as an attorney who's done this over and over thinking, what is her point? And I do think that that is very helpful. I don't know that putting her on the stand as a girlfriend is helpful at all.
And are you surprised they put her, the defendant Alicia, on the stand?
You know, I was at first, but I don't think so. I think she's doing really well. I think she was very well prepared, and I do really like how she's coming across.
And I think that's a jury's, an attorney's responsibility is to not just figure out what are they going to say, but how are they going to say it? Is it going to be a winning move with the jury? So we'll have to wait and see. Marlo's sticking around with us. Thank you so much for that. Coming up next, we are going to have more of Alicia Andrews, and she's asked about the alleged gang war prior to the shooting. More of her testimony on cross-examination. Don't miss it. Court TV, your front row seat to justice. Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Judge Ashley Wilcott, of course, honored to be with you. It is a busy Friday here at Court TV. In Wisconsin, testimony continues for defendant Matthew Paul, accused of killing his girlfriend, Stephanie Pavlons, whose remains were found in the woods. We will bring you updates on that trial throughout the day. In Virginia, though, court is dark today in the $1 million civil trial for former teacher Abigail Zorner. She took the stand yesterday detailing the moment she was shot by a 6-year-old student. She is now suing the school's assistant principal. Testimony there resumes on Monday. In Connecticut, defendant Kimberly Sullivan back in court for another hearing. She is the woman accused of holding her stepson captive in her home for more than 20 years. We will have an update on that hearing later today. And in Florida, defendant Alicia Andrews on the stand right now. Prosecutors say Andrews and 4 gang members killed rising rapper Julio Fulio. And that is where we are this hour. Let's go back inside that courtroom for more of her testimony. She has stayed calm throughout. She continues being cross-examined by the state about the alleged gang war.
And so when you are with law enforcement and they are interviewing you and they bring up Charles Jones, Julio Fulio, and they specifically talk about this beef, you lie to them and act like you don't know nothing about that, right?
Yeah, he asked me if I had knowledge, like if I knew exactly who did what. Like, no, I don't have no direct knowledge. I know what's on the internet, but I didn't assume that's what he was asking me, so I said no.
You know nothing about Julio, the big rapper, right?
I said I know what's on the internet. I don't know personally if it's true, who did what.
You know more than what is on the internet. Isn't that true, miss?
No, I actually don't.
You have just read to the jury about different deaths.
That's on the internet in our city. I don't know if it would be in Tampa, but Jacksonville is on the internet.
And also a person you know that's been shot, Will.
Yeah, I went to school with him, so I know.
Okay, so that's not just on the internet. That's something that you lived through, right?
I didn't live through it. I mean, that's his situation. I just know about it.
And you're dating Isaiah Chance Gutta, right?
Dating him when at that time?
And you know that his best friend, 23, has been killed.
I mean, okay, that's his friend. That's not my friend.
Okay, but you're aware of it, right?
Yeah, I'm aware.
And you know that Tilly has been killed.
Yes, that's his friend. That's not my friend.
But again, you are aware of it, right?
Yeah, it's on the internet.
And you know that Bibby has been killed.
Yes, just like everybody else knows.
And you yourself know about it.
Yes, it was on the internet.
And law enforcement are informing you that they are asking you about the death of Charles Jones in Tampa, right?
Yes.
And they are talking to you and they are mentioning that they know the beef between these two groups, right?
Yes.
And your boyfriend, Isaiah Chance, is connected to many of the people who have died in this rival gang war.
Yeah, he's connected, not me. So,
But you know about it.
yes, I know.
And you lied to law enforcement and withheld all of that information knowing that they are investigating another death in this rival gang war, right?
I mean, in the beginning, they told me to talk about what I want to talk about. I don't have to talk about what I don't want to talk about, and I didn't want to be in the middle of that. I don't know for sure if any of these deaths for real. I looked on the internet. I don't know, so I didn't answer it.
They read you your Miranda rights, right? They told you that before they read you your Miranda rights, right?
I don't know if it was before or not.
You didn't just watch this video?
Yeah, I don't remember if it was before, though.
They read you your Miranda rights and told you you had the right to remain silent, that you were in the driver's seat, right?
Yes.
They also informed you you could have an attorney present with you if you wanted to, right?
Yes.
And you chose to speak with them, right?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know what I was there for, so I didn't have a problem speaking to them.
You didn't know what you were there for? They told you multiple times that you were there for the murder investigation of Charles Jones, right?
I'm saying as soon as it started, when I got arrested from my house, they said I had a warrant for resisting arrest. So that's what I was assuming I was going to jail for. I later ended up in a room with two guys. So I did sit there and talk.
Who told you what you were being questioned about?
Yeah, and I had no issue. I can answer the question.
And then multiple times in that interview, they were trying to impart to you the seriousness of what you were being questioned about.
Yes.
You would agree with that statement. Multiple times they tried to reach you and let you know how serious these charges were.
Yes.
And they asked you for details about who was involved, and they started showing you evidence.
Yeah, they did.
And in that moment, you chose to protect your boyfriend. Isn't that true?
I wouldn't say I protected him. I literally pointed him out, so that's not protecting him.
You never said that he was involved with a homicide, did you?
I didn't know if he's involved in it, so why would I tell them that?
You never said who or gave descriptions. If you truly believed he had nothing to do with this homicide, then why wouldn't you just share information and tell them and give them descriptions, even if you didn't know their name, what they look like, and where they came from?
I mean, again, I didn't know for sure, so I didn't answer that. And I'm not about to do that job for them, put my life on the line, to be in the middle of that, so I didn't answer it. I answered everything pertaining to me. Anything about them, I didn't answer.
You didn't seem like you were afraid in that interview. Were you afraid in the interview or not?
I was, but I handled myself well.
You weren't afraid of Isaiah Chance?
No, he's not even in there, so why would I be?
So, well, then I don't understand. Were you afraid to give up their names because you're afraid of them? You're afraid of Isaiah Chance and Davian Murphy and Rashad Murphy? Or are you protecting them in that interview?
I wouldn't say I'm doing any of that. I mean, you understand it's about a gang. I'm a female. I don't want to be in the middle of it, so I didn't answer it. And I don't know for sure if they did anything at the time of that, so I didn't say anything.
Then why are you up here testifying about how Isaiah Chance hit you?
Because, I mean, that leads up to why I act the way I act out of town.
You were afraid of him or not? Are you afraid of him? Does he beat you? And are you afraid to stand up to him?
Yes, at times.
And you said, I think you said in your direct examination, that people can't really understand because they don't know when you cannot leave. Is that what you said? Something to that
I
effect?
said people wouldn't understand a domestic violence relationship because you'll think, why don't you leave? Why don't you walk away? It's not that easy unless you're in it.
But that's not exactly true, is it?
It is true.
You say cannot leave. You did not live with him, did you?
No, I didn't.
You never lived with Isaiah Chance.
No, I didn't. But he knew where I stayed. He would pop up at my house, ring the doorbell all times of night. So I couldn't go nowhere. So
He never had financial control over you. He never paid your rent, did he?
I don't pay rent, so no.
You live with your parents.
Yes.
You live with two loving parents in a safe home. Isn't that true, Miss Andrews?
Yes, I do.
And you never mentioned to your mother or your father that Isaiah Chance was hitting you or abusing you ever, did you?
I did.
You never reported it to police?
No, she asked me, but I didn't want to cause any problems with him or his family, so I left it alone.
So you had choices, didn't you?
That was the very last time, so I told him.
Are you afraid of him and do things because you are fearful of him? Is that what you testified to on direct?
Yes.
So fearful of him that you have to do everything he says. Is that correct?
At times, yes.
The thing about this cross-examination is the form of the questions. You're supposed to control your witness on cross. She is asking open-ended questions. This witness is taking control and giving quite the narrative in response to almost every question. Let us know on social media your thoughts about this witness. Do you believe her? Do you find her credible? We are going to take a break. When we come back, more testimony in the murder of Julio trial. Plus, we have a quick programming note. This weekend on Court TV, this is going to be fun. Hang out with your favorite Court TV anchor Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for Order in the Court. We are getting cozy and binging legal dramas along with you. You might even catch Vinny in his favorite slippers. You do not want to miss it. Stay tuned. I'll be right back after the break.
6-year-old shot his teacher. Their side battling that it is part of the job. Just outrageous.
The first grader shoots teacher civil trial. Live coverage today on Court TV.
Tonight on Closing Arguments, Samantha Booth cared for a little girl for 2 years. Now she's charged with killing the girl's grandfather. We're diving deeper into this shocking case.
Closing Arguments tonight at 8, 7 Central, only on Court TV.
Back now to Florida, where a woman is on trial for the shooting death of a local rapper. Alicia Andrews is facing murder and conspiracy charges after prosecutors say she and 4 others fatally shot 26-year-old Charles Jones. Jones, who is a well-known rapper from Jacksonville, is known as Julio, was shot to death outside of his hotel while visiting Tampa for his birthday last year. Let's go back inside of the courtroom now, where the state is continuing to question Andrews on cross-examination.
And you are claiming to this jury that you're not in a relationship with him anymore. Is that true, ma'am?
I'm not. I said he may think that because I never broke up with him, but I'm not.
Do you think that he thinks that because you still talk to him even though he is locked in jail, right?
Yes, I do still talk to him, and that's because of my issue. I don't want to cause any safety issues in this jail. He sends me verbal messages and where I'm at, so, I mean, I just keep him at ease. There's nowhere for me to go.
What safety issues? He is locked up for first-degree murder charges and cannot get to you. Isn't that true, ma'am?
I mean, you do know his ways in a jail. You can send messages to people. People look at me sideways. Oh, that's your boyfriend? He said this. He told me to tell you this. Like, it's safety issues. Like, literally before I came to trial, a deputy told me one of my co-defendants were trying to have me jumped. So I just do what I had to do.
You are also safely in jail. Isn't that true, ma'am?
I wouldn't say safely. You can get in a fight at any time.
Okay. There are all kinds of deputies. Is that correct?
Yes, all of them don't do their job also, so.
And we're not talking about your safety from other people. We're specifically talking about your safety from Isaiah Chance, someone you claim to be so afraid of that you will go along and do anything for him, right?
I wouldn't do anything for him, but.
You wouldn't go along with a murder plot for him?
No, he never told me anything about a murder plot.
And you wouldn't try to call him multiple times incorrectly from the jail, right?
What do you mean, incorrectly?
You're not allowed to phone another inmate, can you?
I don't call him like that, so what do you mean?
You're right, you don't call him like that. You have to break policy of the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office and do some kind of three-way call involving Isaiah Chance's mother. Isn't that true?
Yeah, we do that.
You do it all the time, right?
Yes, when he asks for me, I do it.
As for you, you have to initiate your own phone call. He can't call you in the jail either, can he?
I said when he asks for me, I do it. If he tells me to call, I'm gonna call.
It's not just that he answers for you. You can't call him directly. Isn't that true, ma'am?
No, I can't.
You have to coordinate and you have to make arrangements with some third party who is not in jail so that you can talk to him. Isn't that true?
Yes, and like I said, it goes back to me keeping him happy. I don't want to cause any issues while I'm sitting here. If he gets mad, if I don't call him, it's no telling what he's going to say. I'm the odd one out of this. They can all turn around and say, oh, it was Alicia, and I'm not getting in the middle of that. So I keep him happy while I'm here. He wants me to call, if he wants to talk to me, let him know about the baby. He lets me know, I let him know I'm okay. That's what I do.
You call him 5 to 10 times a day in there.
Yes, when he says call back, I call back.
And you also do messages. There's a kiosk system where you can kiosk with him. Isn't that correct?
Yes, he texts me and I text him.
And you have intimate conversations about your case, don't you?
Yes, when he asks, I let him know.
And he sends you messages which could be called sexting, right?
Yeah, he do. I keep him happy, like I said.
And you're no longer in a relationship with him, correct?
No, he thinks that.
And you call him multiple times a day, every day, for several months. Isn't that true?
Yes, like I said, I'm doing what I have to do. I'm not going to let him know. I'm not going to get on the phone and act like it's a change. I'm acting the same. I'm doing what I have to do.
Ma'am, you understand you're on trial for first-degree murder, right?
Yes, I do.
And it's for hanging out with him.
I do.
And you are still protecting him, right? To this day, you're protecting him.
I'm not protecting him.
You are still calling him and communicating with him, aren't you?
Yes, that's not protecting him, though.
So much so that you call his mother, right?
I do.
And you have been advised and you report to his mother that you don't care that your attorneys tell you not to talk to him. You're going to do it anyway, right?
Yes, because I feel like that's the best way to do it.
So you are so desperate to talk to him and have communication with him, you don't even care if it may be hurtful to your case.
I wouldn't say desperate, because when I did disappear and listened, he texted me from another person and said, why are you not listening to me? Why are you not responding? When are you going to get it through your big red forehead? And all these other things. So I started back talking to him.
So now again, you're talking to him because you're still afraid of him, right? Even though he is locked up for first-degree murder charges and cannot go near you.
I didn't say physically come to me. I'm talking about other people.
You take advice from him, don't you?
I listen to it.
He discusses the case with you many, many times. Isn't that true?
Yes, because he knows I don't know, so he tries to make sure I know everything.
In fact, he tells you to kind of stay strong because the state thinks you're the weaker link. Has he told you that before?
Yes, he told me that.
Have you responded to him on, let's see. What's the date? Recently as June 27th of 2025, did you tell them half the witnesses are dead, you're listening to Jacksonville, and they don't sell I'm just lost because this is all pointless?
Said what?
Did you say to him, half of their witnesses are dead, you're listening to Jacksonville, and they don't sell I'm just lost because this is all pointless?
Yes, I told him, and that's my opinion. I don't understand why I'm here. It's really about them.
So you're still talking about what you're charged with him.
Yeah, he's aware, so I can say that.
And he tries to tell you what you should do in your case, right? And he tries to tell you what is the plan about the Airbnb. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Yeah, and I don't control him, so he talks about what he wants to talk about.
Don't you say in response to him telling you all that, you don't got to say all that. Don't walk me through those stops. You said that, right?
Yeah, I stop him when he talks about the case because I already kind of know that. So he tries to let me know, and I already know.
It's not because you've already discussed what you two are going to say that you're on some kind of vacation to Tampa.
No, we haven't.
That's not what you're referring
talked
to?
about that, no. He's talking about the girl in the Airbnb.
On July 5th, 2025, you didn't tell his mother that you made the defense attorney's investigator so mad because you told him you're not going to leave until you want to, and that they can't tell you who you can talk to, specifically referring to him. Isn't that true?
I was referring to other people too, but him too.
Because you are not going to give him up. Isn't that true?
Like I said, I'm doing what I think I should do to keep him happy.
And that is calling him hundreds of times, multiple times a day.
Yes, you don't see the other messages when he asks us. He says, can you call? I need you to call. Are you okay? How are you? How's the baby?